Hello, friends. We're back with our decision-making case studies. Last one went a little long, more than I meant it to, so we'll be a little more concise this time, get through more of them. This time we're looking at a Sanpfire. This is still pretty early game. All the lanes won, but how do we push this advantage? So, quick recap. Ursa going for Battle Fury, so he needs time to farm. We're not going to play around him too much. Zeus is kind of strong, but going for an Ags build, so he'll be stronger when he finishes the Ags. Pango's doing really well, so I'm really interested in playing with Pango, and Silencer should go along with you all as well. Venomancer, not fun. Wherever Venomancer is going to be tough. Actually, he only has 1 point to play Gorge. It's probably a mistake. It should be tough to play into wherever Venomancer is. With 1 point, it's actually still doable. I don't know if you would fully recognize that. If you do, then you can kind of ignore him. But he's still generally annoying to play into. We aren't strong enough to just like barrel down lanes, but you do want to try to control more of the map with the lead you have. So our power spike is not now per se, but we can still apply the lead we have by gaining more farm. So for what you should do, you just died and respawned. I would say we're interested in going where Pango goes. If you're communicating, then I would say taking this top part would be good. I'd say pushing mid, also good, but if Venomancer comes here, that could be tough, so then I'm not so interested in that. And I think it might have been, I don't know, it's probably Ember mid, and like, I don't know, actually, I guess it's support Venomancer. But yeah, Venomancer starts holding a lane, it's kind of like, it's really going to stall us out. So I would say right here, let's TP mid, fill this Zeus's bottle, watch where Pango goes, and then just go there. Looks like Venomancer's coming mid, so I'm losing interest in mid, and I'm more interested in coming top. You asked, like, should you push out top? Kind of, but it's more about just positioning up here with wards and making sure they don't have vision, and you, like, farm their jungle in their lane so that you are just getting more of the map, or at least 50%, because you lost this part, right? So you at least need 50%, but hopefully because you are in the lead a little bit, you can push it a bit more and try to get, like, 60. Maybe you're not that much in the lead, it's like 1k. You're either struck with indecision or maybe AFK for a little bit. This may not be the best case example. You definitely shouldn't sit in lane in the fountain this long. Okay, looks like you are coming mid. No bottle refill quite, but that's not really a huge deal for this MMR. Pango also TB'd mid, so this part's not great, right? This means we're letting Faceless Void farm quite a lot. He should feel very comfortable. He should have seen both of you come mid. And you were both recently dead. Maybe you a little longer because it took so long. But, like, he should now feel pretty comfortable top. And if you both run top, he could TP out. And you couldn't really give chase because you don't have TPs. So, I don't expect you to do something crazy because your ult's still down. His ult, I think, just came up. I think it was down earlier. You can still wait for that. But we want to get in position to be ready for it. I don't really think mid is the place just because of this Venomancer. It's going to be so hard. And I think that's what your comment said too. Like, you ended up stalling out mid and you don't think it was great. And I agree. I think you probably both should have walked top. Like, if you weren't going to fill Zeus's bottle, then I'm not TPing here. The only reason I TP'd mid was to fill his bottle. If we're not going to do that, then I'm just going to walk so I can TP mid when I'm needed. Even though Ursa came top, I think you can still do it. I think you all just go top. Like, have Ursa push this lane. All of you go behind him. Maybe he tries to, Faceless Void tries to, like, solo the Ursa, and then you're all there to help him and kill the Faceless Void. If not, you gain control of this top part of the map. Ursa keeps farming the lane and then the camps. In the meantime, as Pango moves his way in here, you guys are trying to kill anyone, and once you find no one here, or you kill someone, then he will farm the jungle. The supports are doing their job. They don't need to farm. And now we're farming a lane, the jungle, and the mid lane. And hopefully you, like, did a bit of farming down here, but, like, eventually you'll come back down here. You never get to, like, farm everything at once, so it's fine. The longer you guys sit out mid, this is yeah, it's not ideal. I would say here you really wanted to go somewhere else. You can see, like, he had to roll so far. Choosing the Venomancer. I'd say Venomancer's pretty far removed from the fight. This axe came a lot closer. Probably just, like, reposition to kill him. Or send more ult here to, like, kill the Lich, who's, like, more in position to, like, cause problems. Alright, so why can this happen? Because we don't have vision set up to see people rotating in, because it's really hard to push up into a Venomancer. Where would it have been easier to set up vision to see rotations? Up here. It's also harder to rotate in because this takes a long time to teleport, and the shorter teleports are not in the jungle, so they have to like walk in. So that's why if you were gonna just like stalemate and like stand off somewhere, instead of mid, it would have been better to be in the jungle. There's more farm for your team. It's easier for your team to take a better fight here. Zeus can kind of just hold this alone and with Arc Lightning. This fight looks like it was kind of going okay, and now it kind of looks like between this Chrono and Ember, it's kind of going the other way a little bit. So this is where the game ends up being back even. I mean, you weren't that far ahead anyways to begin at this clip, but I think this place where you're fighting is the wrong spot. This game is 90 minutes. We will not be watching all of it. But you were saying that it dragged on. You had a pretty good game. I see you're 15-0-5, right? 15K up at 32. This is still in a very good spot, but it ends up dragging a long time and you ultimately lose. So I am not going to worry about the 80, 90 minute plus timing, right? You should be able to win in the next like 10, 20 minutes here. So let's put a bit more intention here instead of worrying like, what do we do when we get into 70 minutes? I don't know. I never get there either. That's not fully true. I kind of understand, but like, I don't want that to be the emphasis. So if you watched the last video, you probably recognize the situation. How do we win from here with this big of a lead against these heroes? Let's go through that same scenario. How dangerous is going high ground? So they have Treant ult, Warlock ult. That's pretty scary. Arc Warden also makes high ground very difficult. Line and Quap they're annoying. I don't know if they have like AoE spell, so like high ground against them is a little bit more dangerous, but they're also not like, I don't know. They do have a lot of burst, so we need to be careful of them. But my greater concern is the other heroes, I suppose. However, we have Sniper, the guy with crazy long range who can poke the tower from literally where he's standing right now, with this like extra abilities, you know? So this makes it a lot harder for Warlock and Treant and like anyone really to do anything to the Sniper, especially when you have Aegis. So the rest of your team should be pretty behind you, I would say, like back here. And you're just going to whittle this tower down. And if they don't do anything, you're just going to whittle it down. Now, it is annoying because like Arc Warden can bubble it. And I don't know, there's not much you can do about that. It's not permanent uptime, though. So you will slowly whittle it. Your other bet is to not try to siege high ground. Just continue to farm up a lot, control the map, and wait for them to like wander out and get a kill. And if they never do, you just build your lead up even further and then try it again. But I'm okay trying now because you have the Aegis and it's a pub. I don't expect them to like play it perfectly. So we just need to come in the correct formation, which is not this. A Hoodwink right next to Sniper, Techies and Tidehunter clumped up next to each other. If there is like a Blink, Blink on Lion, right? Ravage literally every hero in line. People should be behind the Sniper, all that. Terrorblade should also be here. I don't think you really need to split up. I think you should just like let Sniper push and then Terrorblade just like chill in the area. When they jump on Sniper, that's when Terrorblade is going to spring into action. You could swap it, I guess, and let Terrorblade hit the buildings in meta, but because Sniper has Aegis, I think whoever has Aegis should be doing it. So I think you should all be here hitting this, but we're not. So let's see how it goes. See, there's the bubble. It's annoying. It'll be a slow siege. All right, so like I went too fast while I was looking at the minimap. So like Sniper, getting a little low, my friend. You don't want to like actually die for free even though you have Aegis. But you know what? This is a lot of stuff being used. This is not the time to blink in on Tide though, because the guy who does damage is dead. He's got to wait for the Sniper to actually respawn and then goes in. Terrorblade, since you're not here, it is time to rat on Terrorblade. The supports now are in better position. So the Ravage should come out now. Okay, you know what? The Ravage timing still kind of worked out in the end. Didn't quite get the Quap, though that seems like a little bit of a miscoordination of skills. We did rat a little bit in the meantime. So, I mean, this is kind of working since they're ignoring Terrorblade. I do think, like, we took heavier losses than we need to. Like, we lost Aegis, we lost multiple heroes. Terrorblade's getting in pretty deep for this. So I think this was riskier than it needed to be. I do think like a safe push where we're all together Like, if Terrorblade had been here, I do think you win the fight. Like, you definitely kill that Quap, for example. And then with the Quap dead, you can probably just push this because Warlock ult is down, you know? And we don't take as, like, bad of a fight. I think just being together would have been easier. This still kind of works, though. So I would just repeat. We don't have Aegis for quite a while, but wait for all your abilities. Ravage, meta, and then just, like, go together. They're going to be split up right now because they're getting out on the base. So if you can get pick-offs, this is great. That's a good kill. And then just, like, all you need to do is, like, camp this top half of the map and chip away at these towers and wait for Roshan. Whoever is the safest to split push can do a little bit of that. And it is annoying. They have a very annoying high ground lineup. You know, I'm not going to lie. But that's why I think you need to be pretty disciplined together in how you do it. And the last push kind of worked, but I didn't love it. Let's watch one more push. So, kind of scattered right now. As long as no one commits, this is okay. But we should be, like, more together. Alright, that was a little risky. And I'm still iffy on it. Actually, looks like Hoodwink's getting picked off, too. Last game, I said, just let Lone Druid hit things and everyone back him up. What's happening? Who's the hero this time? It's Sniper. Are we really letting Sniper hit the building and, like, backing him up? I mean, not quite, right? We're kind of, like, getting this, like, weird fight right now against a team that has, like, really good high ground. So, I don't know. We're, like, you know, commit these spells. They're killing Quap. Okay. You know, got to go back to buildings. I haven't even seen the real Arc Warden. Chase and kill. Should just really just be hitting this tower right now. Alright, getting in kind of a scary spot. This tower should be like half dead right now. Terrorblade is instead spending all this time like walking around. Sunder your buddy. Alright, so I mean this is just a dive, right? You guys had a good enough fight to take this next set of buildings and then just like you were chasing for kills rather than just backing off and hitting buildings. So, I mean, you have to be really careful against a team that has really strong high ground, and this is a team that does. So we are going to stop here. This is another case of just not like... I know it's tough. This is a very hard high ground lineup, but like you just have to approach it in a disciplined manner. And when you do win the fight, you have to like switch back to hitting buildings before dragging on. I mean, I'm sure there's other things you could do to win this game, but just in the interest of like checking out other games, we're going to move on. All right, this time we're looking at Disruptor, and you said that how do we stop this troll from catching up to our Jug? Because eventually it just felt like you couldn't deal with it, and then you lost. And you gave me some times at 27 minutes and a little later, but actually, when it comes to like why an enemy carry is able to catch up, it's usually around this time going forward, why they're able to find space. So let's actually start here, and we'll zoom through real quick. Essentially, off of a good laning stage, which I'd say you won your lane. Jug's in a good spot. We now need to kind of leave Jug alone and try to make plays with other people. So looking at you right now, mid refill, and then maybe make my way to this Axe and this Io. Because Axe, he has his Vanguard. He's going to be pretty strong. Hard to kill. Io making his way to his mech. You have your ultimate. So the three of you can cause some trouble for this troll. And he's not really going to have anywhere else to go right now besides the jungle. But once he leaves, you should be able to take this tower pretty quickly and then invade the troll. So let's see. Are we going to start like 20 seconds AFK again? Okay, so we're coming bottom, but we already won this lane. I'm not interested in being here anymore. We want to apply our pressure. So I don't like this. Like, unless you kill this this Death Prophet right now in the next 10 seconds, if you really wanted to be here, you could have walked. You don't have Omni Slash, so like, you know, I don't know what we're going to do here. I don't think we should be here. I think we should have like either TP mid or walk top. Jug shouldn't die as long as he has spin here. And like, as long as he has spin, you'll have time to TP in and help. So like right now, we're just like standing back here, kind of doing very like, meh. I mean, we kill Pugna. We could have walked. We do have Omni Slash now. All right. So in the end, it was a 2-for-2 trade. He died because we forced this fight though, right? Juggernaut probably could have farmed just fine. And if worst comes to worst, he could have jungled all right because he had like good levels. So I don't think this had to happen. Now, maybe this fight works out better, sure. But I mean, you can see what very likely could have happened because it did happen, is that Juggernaut actually dies. And the question is like, did we need to do that? And I'd tell you, I'd say no. Like, we could have walked mid, we could have walked top, we could have gone somewhere else. Now Juggernaut's dead while Troll is alive. Where's Troll? Troll's not being pressured, and you don't have multiple heroes up here, like, trying to close out this tower. Like, who's gonna find Troll here on your team? Are you running in here, right? It's tough with all these tier 1s up. So we need to, like, slow these down or take these down to open up the map to make it easier to invade this Troll. But coming bottom again and TPing down here so that nowhere else can receive your help is not the way to, like, slow down Troll now that Jug is having a good game. So I would say it's definitely a big mistake if you come down here again, like after this. Like, you need to be making your way to Axe now or to Lina, and Io needs to start walking over there as well. You don't want to be bottom anymore. You just want Jug here, holding it as best he can. And if needed, you will TP here, but only when needed. I don't want to see you, like, come down here again. If you come down there again, we're stopping, and I'm telling you that's the major issue. Okay, we came top this time. This is good. I would have liked if you walked here, though, because unless you're going to do something, right, it takes 30 seconds to walk this distance about. So if you're going to do something right now, that's fine. And maybe you will, because, like, Axe is, like, going on this AA potentially, and you can ult him. So if that happens, I'm down for it. You kind of walk to the side, though, which makes me think that's not the plan. But let's see. All right, you're coming in here. Let's go. Glimpse him back, maybe? Not quite. Okay, we got rid of the Disruptor, or the DK. This is, getting messy. I don't love this. All right, you guys kind of went on the AA, so I'm going to say it's okay you TP'd up here. And the more important decision is that you came top. So that's like, let's say 70% correct. And since you tried something, I'm going to say it was like 100%. The end result was a little awkward. But I am glad you came up here. This. Do we want to invade Troll right now? Let me show you what Troll has. This is not the fastest farming build in the world right now. What would help him farm faster is if he kills a couple people chasing too far and his whole team rotates in. Can they do that as we chase in here? Do they have multiple locations still to teleport into the jungle? Why, yes, they do. Your team, can take this. Axe is strong enough to kick everyone out. You're kind of seeing it. That wasn't even a clean fight, and Axe lived. So, Axe should be up here, cutting waves. You're helping him. You're killing this tower. It'll only take like a minute or two. And then you invade Troll. Now that Axe has finished his blink, actually getting the Troll is possible. Troll's right here. He sees you walking in. What are you guys going to do? You're not going to do anything. Axe can't catch him. And you have level 3 glimpse, you know? It's kind of close, but also tough. So, like, just go get the tower. Both of you. You're both needed to take this tower. See, look, Jug's fine. We haven't looked at him this whole time. Hasn't died. He's farming fine. We should have killed this tower a little faster. We are here now. Oh, Jug's still fine. We're getting the tower. Cool. Now we can go in. Should have swapped that order. It would have been more effective. Blink is on the way. Have a smoke. We can go kill Troll. Kind of going in without the smoke, without the blink. What are we going to do? Nothing's going to happen. You guys are doing things off timing. So you need to tell them, like, hey, the blink's on the way. I have a smoke back here. Then we'll go find the Troll. Do they have vision of us? Turns out they don't. But if they did, I mean, they would have just dodged this whole attempt. Oh, look, we found Troll. Too bad we have no way to close the distance on him instantly and then call him. What a shame. If only some kind of item were to exist. We got our item. We got a kill. What a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. All right, here you should go with them. I think there was some miscommunication on that front. And that should have been a Troll kill, in my opinion, if you were with them. All right, doing okay here now. All right, you and Axe together. I do like this, actually. Ooh, okay. What are we going to do now? I hope that we're going to take this mid tower. To really just force it as hard as possible and then run at this troll. So kind of going slow. You hit these creeps. I don't care. I don't even care if you steal the last hits. It's not stealing. We are pushing the tower off of those kills. Kill those creeps. Speed this up. Cool. Back off. Smoke. Clear this wave. Smoke. I saw troll down here. Run down here. If troll's not here, he TP'd out. Leave a ward in here, right? Run down here. If you don't run into troll and he hasn't run into your vision, you might see him in your top ward. TP up here, continue the chase. This is how we run down the troll because we're not quite strong enough to take tier 2s easily. It's going to take a long time and stall out. Troll's going to get a lot of space. We want to farm jungle, control the map, and make sure he's not farming. So let's see what you guys end up doing. We are kind of making our way into the triangle. Oh, I did see troll briefly. But we're kind of like too much on their half of the map as they're all respawning, and now you're getting killed. So like, you can kind of see this happen too, right? Coming in here first is fine, but you don't want to stay here too long because they're all missing. And look at your map, right? They're not top. They're not here. They're not here. They're not here. They're going to start coming out. And you guys are the most up front. You're at the most risk. So your team needs to fall back more and wait for more vision. And then you wouldn't like die like this. And this is helping troll get his farm, right? Like I said, when you bring heroes to him and his team can rotate in and he gets kills, that's what we don't want. Now I know that's gonna be tough. Like, oh, we're supposed to chase troll, but like we also risk feeding him. Like that's why we need the right vision and to go at the right times. This, like we killed them earlier and we pushed up and then we stayed too long. So now they're up and they get to choose where to go, and they actually happen to have a ward here, so they saw you and knew where to go. But other times, like this is still just something that could happen even without that vision, and you want to be careful of that, and get more information before you like continue to play aggressively. All right, we're gonna jump ahead now to address your actual questions. Looks like you do have a small lead, 6K. It's honestly not that much at this phase of the game. All right, so plan of action to win here. I know we're a minute back, but I think it helps set up. You know, I like doing this. So Roche is still here. So our immediate plan should be to get Roche, set up vision, and then once we have Roche, we can take this mid tower and look to high ground. So right now, you should be checking everywhere. You have 3 sentries. Still got some. All right, some of this is good. This like de-warding and stuff. We should be doing more though. There we go. You should really check all these spots before placing your own observer. And because I want Roche, I'm willing to put an observer here. This is also okay, but like, I want to fight around this if possible, and I want to win it. And this is the best ward for that kind of stuff. So I'm willing to do it. I think you have enough wards. There should be multiple observers up here. This, I don't like. This isn't your fault, but your team should be like planning for Roche. And specifically, you should not be splitting up right now because we don't see anyone. So they could be doing something. And Lena's about to reveal herself down here, which means if they are doing something as 5, they can now go anywhere and guarantee a good fight. We can go 5 up here. At most, there's 4. How do I know? Because I see Lena down here. So your team now needs to be very careful. You need to be aware that you have 40 seconds before Lena can rejoin. So no aggressive plays. It should all be defensive, playing around your vision, which you should put the other observer down. So this, we're now pushing mid. Oh, guys, we're 5. We should go take a fight. I see Lena bottom, but I don't know where the other 4 are. Oh no, hey, they're in front of our tier 2. Let's just go kill them now because it's 5 versus 3. So like your team shouldn't do this after Lena just revealed she TP'd bottom. Are they going to punish it? I don't know because it's a pub, but like tactically, the enemy team should be doing something right now because it's very good for them. And after you lose this fight, you would then lose Roche. Oh, hey, look. Oh, let's see. Oh, man. Too bad 13K of our team is currently not here. So we're losing Jug. We're losing Axe. So this is something you pointed out. Like, okay, we kind of lost a team fight here. Absolutely 100% avoidable. This wasn't like a surprise team fight. This all started from like 2 minutes ago. And it should be you telling your team, And I know like the team won't always listen, but like this is what you guys should do to try to minimize this stuff. Telling your team the next objective is Roshan. Let's move into this jungle. I want to de-ward and place my own wards. So like this sentry was good. I think you should put an observer here. Check this cliff, check this area, check this area, and then put another observer like the one here. You'd have at least 2 wards up here because you have 4 wards. So at least 2 should go here. If not a third, we will not put 4 up here. But like, I'm willing to put 3 observers here since you had so many. I think 2 is enough though. And a third like more in the lane or something. That would have been a really good split. You should tell your team to stay up here and wait for the enemy to split up. And then if they split up, you can go for a kill. Or if they're split up too far or you see multiple heroes bottom, you can do Roshan. I can kind of sense your team didn't have a plan. So you got here and then Lina just left. We greatly gave up our advantage. That'll happen in pubs. Can't push mid. You have to tell your team that. That's the next part. Lina left. She TP'd in vision. We cannot stay here. Everyone play defensively until Lina has bots again. These are the kind of things you have to tell your team. Or at least I want you guys to recognize so that you know the correct thing. This kind of mid push, this is crazy. This is asking to lose this team fight. And I know this because I know Lina came down here. And you know, we're just going to keep going from there. I was going to jump to the next time point, but like, I'll tell you what should happen. It should be the exact same thing. Roshan was not taken, which greatly upsets me. But Roshan is still an objective. You lost your vision up here. We're just going to repeat. Everyone get together. Push into here. We can wait to see them like split up. So like right now the lanes are all in decent-ish spots. So pushing out mid, this is actually pretty risky, but like whatever, it's happening. Fall back, someone push out top, and then you're going to like, you don't even have to smoke, but you can. You could just like push top with your wave as a team and then de-ward as you go. But this is where you want to be careful. You'd really like to see some information. So let's keep going. Let's see if we get that information. But we should all be together. Okay, 2, 3 here. So now I know. Five of us in here. I know it's safe. So we should all go and we should reestablish our vision. This observer's fine because you still have 2. What are we doing? Juggernaut's up here. 4 of us are here. Can Juggernaut join the fight? No. Why can't Juggernaut join the fight? He doesn't have boots of travel. Does anyone on our team have boots of travel? Does Lina? If anyone should not be here, it should be Lina. If anyone should not be here as a group, it should be Io and Juggernaut so that Io can teleport in. This is, again, giving information to the enemy. Juggernaut is top. We can go as 5 into any location of the map and we'll be happy. Actually, I should clarify that. You can't necessarily go top because the other 4 heroes could be here behind the Juggernaut. And that's why, like, you do that kind of stuff. You have the Juggernaut push top and the 4 of you wait in the jungle. So if they do decide to go here, you surprise them. If you reveal anywhere else on the map, at one hero reveals anywhere else on the map, then they can now go anywhere. And so when you have 4 heroes and they kind of know where those 4 heroes are, they have all the information. They get to choose. Do you have the information? No, you only know 1 hero's here. So can the 4 of you jump this 1 hero? It could be 5 heroes. I don't know. Is Jug safe to be up here? I don't know. It could be 4 heroes on their way to Jug. Your team doesn't have the information, but you're giving enough information to them since you're split up. Wow, look at that. Sure is a lot of heroes there. So we're going to end this one. But I hope pointing all this stuff out, how to like read these maps to determine like, or a preset, here's where I know I need to go. And then here's how I'm reading the map to know whether I can do that or not, whether I can do whatever the heck we're trying to do instead. All of it comes from like map awareness and like understanding the next couple objectives. So like, we're not even going to get to your next time point, which is like, oh, we defended high ground. Again, totally avoidable fight here. If you know what you want to do, which is Roshan, and you know where you want to play, which is top, and you think about what kind of information you give the enemy and what kind of information you are looking to find to finish out your objectives of, I want to go top, so I want to see some hero bottom. I want to find a pickoff, so I want to see them split up. I want to do Roshan, so I need that kill, or I need to see like multiple heroes bottom knowing that they can't make their way up to Roshan in time. By knowing this stuff ahead of time, we can then look for it on the minimap. We're supports. We have the most free time. So we're going to look there. It helps us keep track of our warding. Once those criteria are met, you tell your team, 3 heroes bottom, go Roche. Split up, smoke on this guy, right? You have to direct your team a bit. It won't always happen, but it'll definitely help you call shots like this. And we're actually going to stop this one here. Let me know, again, feedback. Love that. Let me know what helps you guys understand decision making, because like for me it's hard, right? Like once you know a certain amount, it's sometimes hard to like have that perspective to teach it back. So let me know if you guys are finding this helpful, if you need more context on stuff, or like some of the things I'm saying aren't as obvious as maybe I'm implying. It helps me a lot to know that, so I can explain it better to you all, and we can keep doing these kind of videos, these like little case studies of different games. You're noticing probably a lot of similar trends, even in the last, like, we've only done like 6 different games, totally different heroes in a lot of them, and yet a lot of the trends are the same, right? It's identifying our objectives, understanding what needs to happen, and then acting on that or the lack thereof, right? And it can be frustrating because your team won't always do it, but keep in mind the enemy team is not always doing the right stuff either. For example, in this game, they didn't do Roshan when they should. So your team will make mistakes, but so will they. Do your best to like call it the right stuff. That's my take on it. But yeah, let me know. We can keep doing this stuff. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.